What's up with y'all? This Marley Mafia, aka Marley Whoop. I done been getting a couple little messages from people and shit. They ask me, how I'm Marley Whoop on this page, but I'm Marley B. Hoover on the other one. I know this, they ain't from Lansing, so they don't really know this, but I'm from Turner Street, you know what I'm saying? North Lansing. Everybody know North Lansing, GD land. So I grew up around all them niggas, you feel me? I ain't never been a G. Everybody knew I was whoop stepping around that bitch, but you know, that's how I fuck with, you know what I'm saying? That's how I grew up, dealing with them people, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's where I got all the love from, all the knowledge I got from them niggas, you know what I'm saying? So that Hoover shit was just some shit we used to say unknowingly when we was kids. You know, we used to say that to each other when we was here licks robbing. You know what I'm saying? We in the house, instead of calling each other names, we just calling out, hey Hoover, hey Hoover, you know what I'm saying? You be seeing my little shit, I say free Hoover. That's my nigga Narion, you know what I'm saying? Narion Costone. That's a real nigga, man. Real solid Turner Street nigga, you know what I'm saying? I would say I'm the face of that bitch of Turner Street, but I can't even play. That nigga Narion big dog around that bitch, especially around me. But I just always mess with the G's, man. Even in prison, I used to get into it with some of the dogs for us. They felt like I was wishy-washy or something. I'm just like, shit, I fuck with niggas who fuck with me. And I ain't finna, tell my dick just to impress nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to switch up. If I say I fuck with you, I mean that shit. That's something you gotta fuck up. You gotta fuck that love up for me to cut you off. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that shit out there and let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Give a little backstory. The EP dropped September 5th. Hard Roads, you know what I'm saying? Catch me on Marley Whoop, you know what I'm saying, on Facebook. I ain't got no, I do got an Insta. Matter of fact, I think it's Whoop Marley. I can't remember. Mind you, I just came home like a month and a half ago. So I'm just really trying to figure this shit out still. You know what I'm saying? Keep up with me. You can, man. I appreciate y'all. And to anybody that's in the way out there, man, just go sit down. Like, go ahead, man. You fucking up the game for real niggas.
What? ACP, did you see this?
Look, if it ain't official Dana J, Primadonnanews, I don't even want to see it. Just take the time.
Hey, man. Good luck on everybody who out there yelling free Marley and all that shit, man. But nigga, free that cash, man. I'm about to post my cash app. Stop playing. We not about to be out here doing all this free such and such, nigga. I'm on ass. You know I'm a Turner Street nigga. We ain't never had shit. I think it was like my first week for sure, but like I thought it was like my third day or something. But the first week, it was a dude, white dude named BC. He like a baker or something. He work in the kitchen, and I guess he wasn't trying to pass the shit out. Like he was being petty with the bag or whatever. I don't know the details. I wasn't in the loop. But all I remember is we walking back from the chow hall, and someone stabbed him, like hit him in his head. Now they had a big ass straight shooter. I'm talking about this probably like got to be like 10 inches long, damn near a foot for real. Big ass straight shooter, long, thin ass piece. And he thought someone punched him. So he's like, damn, what the fuck, man? What the fuck's going on? Walking, he keep walking. He don't even know he got an antenna out the side of his head. Look like a robot. We get right to the door. It's a dude named Black Bottom, dark skinned dude. He like, ABC. BC like, what's up? He like, hey, for you go in there, man, let me get that knife out your head. He was like, what? Oh! Big long ass bitch hanging out his head like an antenna. And like he tried to pull it out and his shit got the leak and drenched this shit. His whole coat bloodied as hell. But that was like my first week in prison.
Recent news has been released that a person of interest has been arrested in Knoxville, Tennessee on a parole or probation violation, but they're not declaring him a suspect as of yet. Anybody with eyes who have reviewed a lot of the content that these young men put on these platforms can see the motivation behind some of these gang policies and violations that may have cost them their lives. Now, of course, a lot of people know that when you get to name dropping and certain information gets to surfacing on public domains, you can't just come out here without the paperwork, especially when you want to make a platform off of talking about your prison talk and street politics. So in just my observation, it could very be that this young man, Mr. Kelly, could have been popular in Michigan, but his online presence would show you a different version of him. And the fact that it might be a little shady that he was booked for a performance and then canceled after he's been trying to make this content revealing so much information without proper paperwork. Now, clearly, when we see stories like this make it to the mainstream, this is the prime example of what I personally meant when I said things like your son could be next, considering we see all these individuals who glorified this gang lifestyle. We see these people heavily investing in these private prisons, and we see how all these people will respond when they feel like their spot is being blown out and they're being labeled a snitch. Never mind if they actually are a snitch, that ain't even relevant. In some communities, people are proud to hide the crimes of certain individuals as long as they like them while trying to frown on the next. Now, in typical style, this video is not to talk about what I think happened in this event. It's clearly to point out some of the dysfunction we've seen played out on these public domains when it comes to the ideas coming from the black community, when it comes to promoting violence on one end, talking about no snitching on the next, but then you got people getting on platforms, recklessly name dropping, and when tragedy occurs, people acting oblivious to the facts. Now, anybody with common sense will know that this arrest that I previously mentioned is only the start, and how these individuals in the law enforcement field like to shake down for information before they proceed with their charges. Now, this person that has been detained in Knoxville may not even have anything to do with the homicide, just like the individuals many bloggers have highlighted in this story as the last people to be live with certain individuals who came up missing. But it doesn't deviate the fact that this is the type of stuff that I said is kind of ironic when people put information on these platforms and wonder why law enforcement does a piss poor investigation when people are handing over certain people that may not even have shit to do with shit. Yet by the time the police officers get to them and get to intimidating and putting their threats out there, obviously they get certain information to corroborate whatever janky-ass accusations they want to put in their indictments. Now, just when we see a growth in all of these RICO cases, and we saw one of the most janky RICOs manifest right in our face, it should be a no-brainer again why I said your son could be next. And when everybody want to sit back and turn a blind eye to all this criminal activity and self-incrimination that we see these younger generations participating in, ain't no need to come on these platforms with no Black Lives Matter bullshit when clearly ain't nobody surveilling and protecting the black lives in their own communities. Make that shit make sense. But want to sit around and be all riled and razzle-dazzled by information that hits these public domains, never mind what they see in their face every day.